Hello everyone, hope you are well, hope you're good. Happy Sunday, hope you're good. We're going to talk today about the opportunity that Ethereum could go down to $44. I'm going to explain what you should look at doing. So, welcome everyone, hope you're good. Please do subscribe, press that bell button and press the like button. Now you're probably thinking, I'll put the screen on, bang, off we go, cool. You're probably thinking, right, you spoke about a 20k Ethereum the other day. It was more of a long-term projection video, so don't worry, I'm not a perma bull. I'm very much a sentiment market trader only. I only trend and trade on what is happening in front of me. Okay, so I will show you some certain things and some pointers. Now, this video might be long. I'll probably go over a lot of nuggets in terms of certain things to look for, mentality, psychology, all kinds of stuff that you need to be aware of in markets. Because people are kind of flapping a little bit, obvious really. I'm going to explain some things that's happened in the past. So, first thing I want to bring up first is a little Twitter prediction. Okay, I put this on Twitter on the 1st of March. Bear call, right? I put it on the other day. I was saying that Bitcoin could tap into the 4,300 range. I was thinking on the basis of coronavirus. I was thinking that the markets were melting at the time. I thought if this gets pretty ugly, it's going to dip pretty hard. And it did. You can see here on the Fibonacci, it popped up into this range, which didn't quite get to the 618, and then it dropped massively, cataclysmic drop, and we know where it went to. Okay, pretty horrific. But if you're flapping and you're thinking, right, what on earth am I doing? Look at the early lows, don't look at the highs. Retail investors, normal average Joe people, always go into things when things are rosy. Beautiful flowering flowers, beautiful little things, amazing, proven stuff, prices. Look at the yearly lows on Bitcoin, for example. 2019, obviously not in there, we know what the low were. It was a lot higher than what that region was. So you've got to look at certain elements of what has actually happened with the prices of cryptocurrency. Okay, have the fundamentals changed? All kinds of stuff like that is very, very important. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this chart. I believe Ethereum is going to go back into the $80 range and possibly, if the shit hits the fan, $44. What I mean by that is, I think this is a golden opportunity to buy more at the lows. I think we're never ever, and I don't want to say this on camera, I think this is as good as opportunity as we're ever going to get long term. This, in my opinion, not financial advice, is just a dip in the road due to historic events that have just happened in terms of a massive virus is going around the world. It's caused a massive dump. I think it's a massive distraction. I think the virus has nothing to do with it. I think it's caused panic pandemonium due to people believing it is the virus. Try and work that one out in your head. So with that, we've had historic drops in the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, the FTSE 100, etc. Historic, which has also counteracted the crypto market drop. Crypto market is on a different field. It's decentralization. It's got a different feel to it, a different vibe. It's also a much newer market. It's different, okay? A lot of people who are involved in crypto have either been absolutely slaughtered by the pig mentality of being greedy, or they've been in the market for a long time and they know exactly what they're doing. I like to think to myself as I know exactly what I'm doing. And I often get inbox messages, emails, a lot when things go wrong. Trolls as well, hi trolls. So when you think about it, when you think mentality, you only buy at the bottoms. You only buy at the bottom. So if Ethereum goes down to the $44 possible range anyways, or $80 or even $100, you don't just go, oh, it's failed and sell. You do the absolute opposite. I know there's people who are swimming in Ethereum at $600, $800, $900, $1,400. But you guys made that mistake of buying something at the highs. You have no concept of what is high and what is low in a financial market. You sell at the highs, you buy at the tops. Do not be a sheep. Herd mentality will kill you. There's only one thing you need to do as a sheep. Get in early and ride it. When you start seeing things and starting to see things in the news, starting to see people's behavior of FOMO mentality going, oh my god, Ethereum, oh my god, Ethereum, oh my god, Ethereum. And I proved that with my 20k video. My 20k video was to prove a point that people were talking a lot about Ethereum, and I was getting a lot of views off that and a lot of support. I'm bullish on Ethereum. I think it's a brilliant opportunity to buy at these levels. If you're buying at $120 and last week it was $220, you know, that's amazing. If you're buying at $80, if you're buying at $44 as examples, unbelievable gains where we've been in the past. In 2 years' time, 3 years' time, 4 years' time, 5 years' time, etc. What the fuck is going to happen with the cryptocurrency space when the coronavirus is gone? What happens when the markets recover from a potential global recession? We don't know. But what you know in real life situations, this is being fucking a lot higher. This is discount, this is low. And the people that bought Bitcoin at 3,300 and sold at 14,000, 13,000, 12,000, 10,000, 11,000, whatever, massive profits. What did they do? They believed in the asset. They didn't flap. They bought more. Like myself, I bought a load more then and I sold it. It's obvious. It is absolutely obvious. So I'm hoping you take away some stuff, but the herd mentality, you need to go with the herd and against the herd. If you start thinking, fuck, that's high, that's really high, I don't know what I'm going to do with that, and you start looking at certain things, like on this chart here, look at the chart, the weekly chart. The weekly support got tapped twice. You got to think to yourself, fuck, that's coming down. So it does. It comes down. It's one of those things that happens. You got to trade it. You got to make money. You got to do certain things with it. But you don't even have to trade. You just got to invest low. When you start seeing these on the weekly, boom, 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 it's going to turn around at some point. Everything goes up. Everything goes down. The markets are like gravity. You throw things up, it goes up. It comes down eventually at some point. It always does. Sometimes you may hit a ledge, you may go sideways for a bit, but it will always move. Every single day, there's an opportunity to make money in these markets. Every single day. It requires research. It requires a bit of psychologist approach to when you buy, when you sell. Simple as that. It requires mindset control, a bit of bollocks. It requires a lot of things. And people think that these markets are really, really simple. They're not. Because every fucker would do it. Let's be honest, everyone's got a different approach. You've just got to season yourself in. And I've been there, I've FOMO'd, I've been there in the past, learn from your mistakes. But right now, my action plan with Ethereum is to trade it. Right? I'm not going to put it into Tether. My hodl bags, I like to leave them. My trading bag, I made a disclaimer on my premium channel. There's a link below if you want to jump in there, that I made a mistake with Ethereum because I didn't move it into Tether. I should have done. But it's still my unit, I've not lost anything. So these low levels, what I keep saying to my members, if you're trading Ethereum at the $125 range and you're making the units, and these units, you can make more units as the price is low, it doesn't make any difference at all to what you're making. You're still making the unit, it's fine. If Ethereum in 5 years' time becomes a much valued asset, what happens? You're making even more money in the value appreciation of what you've accumulated in the past. That's the difference between Forex and crypto. You got value appreciation. Sometimes it's a bad thing when these dumps happen, but if you're trading Bitcoin at 3k, 2k, 1k, and you're making 0.5 BTC, and you're thinking, oh, I've only made $500 today. Imagine what that would be like in 2019 when it was 14k. You know, that's the difference. That is the thing, and you've got to have that mindset control that you've got other investments running around. You've got all kinds of stuff. And if you are trading Forex, or if you've got property investments, or you're trading the stock market, and you are looking to put profit somewhere, you can bet your bottom dollar, people will look at cryptocurrency and go, fuck, that is undervalued. And that's a point I want to make. Undervalued assets are pivotal. And do not get slaughtered by the pig mentality, because you will get fucking slaughtered and you will get hit by that wave and you'll get fucking taken completely out. And it happens all the time. So looking at this chart, we are going to come down into this region again, I think. I'm pretty certain we're going to come and hit this region as well. I'm not going to say pretty certain, but I think it's likely. If the world goes really shitty in the next 3 to 4 weeks, that could mean a $1,000 Bitcoin. That could mean possibly $2,000. Buy it. Buy it. Fuck that. Just, it's worth it. In my opinion, if you've got spare money and you're not, you're not worrying about anything, and you've got capital from other profits, other revenue streams, or if you've got a good stable income and you're thinking, I believe in Bitcoin, it was 6,000, it was a freaking 10,000, it was 12,000 6 months ago, why am I not buying at $2,000? Why am I not doing it? And that is a mentality shift that you've got to kind of approach and do that with your own rational thoughts. You know, who knows what's going to happen in 6 months? Who knows? We don't know. But what we do know is, if Bitcoin is the same asset and it's not changed in any way, shape or form, and the fundamentals are the same, and you've still got the counter argument of halving, you've got the counter argument of scarcity. Same with Ethereum, you've got the decentralized applications, the scalability, other coins as well, not to mention the ICO sort of. A lot of these coins are back down, but sub-ICO prices where people made a ton of money off those ICOs. It could happen again. There's another golden opportunity. So it may seem like a really bullish video, but I'm bullish anyways because I believe in the projects. I believe in the passion of cryptocurrency for the future. A lot of people do, but I always trade off what I see. I always invest off what I see. If I see an opportunity and it's low, I'll buy it. Fuck it, I don't care. But that's just my mentality. I've got a fuck it mentality where if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. I don't care. Ultimately, I've been in this game a long time, so I understand it. A lot of people don't. They literally latch onto things, get spoon-fed by people like me or other people on YouTube who go, right, buy this. And people do. They don't understand the consequences of buying it when realistically I'll be like, well, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to, whatever. Who cares? It doesn't really bother me because I'm in a much different situation. So if you can grasp that you need to buy things low, it's a great lesson. If you can grasp that you need to do research and you stick with your winners and you keep buying that coin that's not changing, you think, right, that's really good, and you understand how the cycles in that coin works, it's a great thing. And this is a perfect opportunity, in my opinion, to make some severe amount of money in this market if it goes down to low points. Look at it. It's totally rejected. And when you look at the daily time frame as an example as well, you can just see where potentially this can go. Bear with me. There we go. So that gives you an insight of where things are. And it's a horrific dump. But personally, I hope, in my opinion, I hope this week's a bit better. I think we'll possibly bounce up a little bit, maybe, depending on the news factors. And we may ride back down. We'll see, though. That is just speculation. Again, it is a speculative asset. But if the emotions are high, and even this evening when the Asian markets wake up, this could dump massively because they are very, very emotional traders. So we'll see exactly what happens. So there you go. That is today's video done. It's a long one, I know, talking about random stuff. But please look at the lows, understand the asset, what you're buying into, and make sure that you understand that it is a very, very good value, that you are looking for a longer term gain in profits in that asset.